Kabam announces Raids Month. I think a lot of you knew that we were going to get Raids Month, but there's also some things that sprung up from it that are actually quite interesting. Oh, by the way, I saw this on Facebook, the MCC Facebook, and hey, do you know like getting your memes from Temu? What would they look like? This is basically getting your memes from Temu. Yeah, there's a visualization here. It's a me, but from Temu. Anyway, moving on. So Kabam have announced that we're going to see the Raids month drop from Monday the 30th of June, which of course is 6 days, 5 days away. Sorry, I had to look at the calendar. Oh, where are we with time? And then the enlistment, is June 30th, and it takes place on July 7th. So that is cool. There are some things that Kabam have noted. Raids month is here, and while so is AQ Season 13. Raid month is what you'd expect. A full month of raids with a new set of bosses each week. I hope this one the revive is also in it in some way. Week 1 will be will be the same bosses as the last round of the bosses. Then each following week will be different groups of bosses. Yeah. These will be regular bosses, blah, 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 blah. Raid boss chest will feature a different reward identity, granting 7-star Saga champion selector tokens that can be traded in the Glory store for a 7-star Saga champion. This is great news. If you remember back a little while ago in some videos, I was hinting that there was some time in a live stream, Kabam Crash said that you would have a chance to get some of these older Saga champions. And I did say in a previous video that it would be like, it'd be your Mr. Sinisters, your Cat Marvels, your Nightcrawlers. Well, in fact, that is indeed the case for this limited time only. Kabam have said within the selector itself, which I think I've just gone past. Have I gone past? No, I haven't. It's down here. There we go. With the rewards. They said it is going to be either Invisible Woman. She meant to be part of that 7-star? Anyway, Nightcrawler, Cat Marvel movie, Mr. Sinister, and of course the chance to get Ultron, which I know a lot of people are trying to get 7-star version of Ultron, because guess what, he's actually quite good, quite fun, and it's now made me think to myself, have I got a 7-star Ultron? And the answer is, I do. There we go, I didn't think I had him. But this could be a good opportunity to either you get the champion for the very first time and use them or them as a counter for something. I've definitely heard many people say about the potential to use Mr. Sinister as a counter to a lot of things. In particular, Bullseye. He's a very good against the Bullseye. But there's also other champions as well Mr. Sinister is very good at, and it has a lot of fun in the meantime. Cat Marvel movie, an interesting option as well. Anyway, Nightcrawler in Battlegrounds defense. Frustrating. Yeah, Invisible Woman's still an interesting addition. I'm personally going for the Mr. Sinister Dupe. It's been one I've been hunting for a little while. I do have a Mutant Awakening gem 7-star, but I have been holding it back just in case I pick up anything that tickles my fancy. And guess what? I like my fancy tickled. I'm telling you that. Anyway, back up to what other piddly stuff Kabam are going to be putting out in all of this. Apart from saying about, what did we get, like, not the tokens, but the little things for the new Idol champion. Once Raid month ends, we will resume our regular cadence of 3 weeks regular AQ, then raids. Season 13 will also feature some new stuff. There will be a new set of bosses for all maps, other than 1 and 2, which will be no longer update. There'll also be there'll be a modifier update. Swapping in new ones for each tier, then the internal modifiers on map 8. Nowadays, I must admit, AQ, the season, basically like trying to get a good score on a weekly basis, is going to become more competitive. As Radiance becomes more prevalent, and I'm just about kind of getting into my volumes of Radiance. You can see I'm up to 114,000, and I haven't done any Battlegrounds. I need to do Battlegrounds. But yes, like that's now the opportunity. I'm going to do a Radiance update video, but as people are getting them, this is becoming more available to a degree. Not for everybody, but it's becoming more available. I'm sure you're looking at your Radiance and going, well, I finished quite high in seasons or Battlegrounds, Battlegrounds, and AQ, for example, that you're going to see a lot more. And of course, it's a very sought after resource. So expect people to be upping the stakes in AQ, I'm telling you. Raid Month solo event where you can earn raid tickets by defeating opponents in Alliance or Alliance Quest, Battlegrounds or Incursions. There'll be 4 milestones giving out 45 raid tickets each, along with an exclusive profile picture and in the final milestone. Okay. That's interesting then. How long you're in... That's something that definitely needs clarifying. Sorry, I need to put this into shop. That definitely needs clarifying a bit more. A lot of things players were saying was the access to it. If we talk as in ticket spend. Ticket spend, as you know, is quite a pricey endeavour. If we're doing this for an entire month, then that could be a bit of a problem. However, Kabam have sorted us out because they've said each week it will cost 45 tickets to enter. Yeah, I can do math too. That means that you will get the full amount of entry. 4 weeks, 4 times, the 45 raid tickets, 45 in the solo event, 45 entry. It's free. That's nice. I'm glad Kabam did that. They basically paid you off for a month. You've just got to do some stuff in order to get it. Ideal. These are going to be your bosses to face off against. Human Torch is the main boss. Then you've got minis being Gladiator, Hulk, Buster, Vision Arcus. Final being Annihilus for Nightmare raids, for those that do it. And you've got Rintrah, Gentle, and Sasquatch. Didn't really have a good time against Gentle, I must admit. Had a fun time against Rintrah and Sasquatch with Silk. Silk was my go-to on that one, so I'm chill with it. I'm happy with it. However, we go into week 2 where that changes. You can see like here the different ones have changed around. If you're doing Nightmare mode, Super Skrull will be your final boss, which is annoying because a bloody thing is a bloody Super Skrull. Minis will be Spot, Superman, Supreme, Ebony Maw. Week 3 was Airwalker, Mangog, Terex, Destroyer. Stinky ones there. And then week 4 will be Super Skrull with, Dr. Doom, no longer immune to armor break. And then you've got Super Skrull, Annihilus, and Airwalker. I think your choice of roles and champions in said roles will change. I would recommend players to sort out, probably in the next week or so, excuse me, hiccups, what champions are going to be setting up for the teams. And I look at your counters and kind of go, right, well, maybe I'll bring in that for that, that for this, that for that. Oh, I had a bit of a panic then. I was like, where's Silk? Silk's there. Thank you. At least I get to use that. And there's a few others as well, like Hulk. But you're going to have to look a bit deeper as well and find if there's anything that deals with issues. Of course, Kabam, they've got Maker there because, the Maker. I just get to use him as Vanguard. I'll have to get the Maker. But yeah, you just have to look back and go, is this going to be applicable to this? Like, can I use this champion against Terex? But then there's things that have been helping out. Reduce potency of Terex rock field damage by 75%. At least means you can play relatively aggressively and you don't lose the entire fight by just being a bit, complacent and worrying about that blinking rock field. As well as other things as well. Destroyer doesn't gain unstoppable while dashing, which is great. Is no longer immune to armor break and has the potency of personal rupture effects reduced by 100%. Again, helpful things. So I'm glad Kabam are helping us out along the way with those sticking points of absolute tosh that you get from different areas of champion abilities, especially when they're in defense. So yeah, make sure to kind of check out the link in the description. This will go over the different roles, which champions you have, what are going to be effective. And you might have to change it up on a weekly basis. So expect the unexpected and expect to go in a different route. Yeah, on the rewards, Nightmare Raids will feature different final boss chests, reward identity, then regular raid weeks. Instead of the usual chest, you'll gain 7-star champions selected tokens. You can be traded to Glory Store. A shame you get 1 per week then. You'll gain 1 each week. Yeah. Down for the bars, to the chest. You can trade them in for one of the 2 rewards. One of the 2 rewards. Oh, so it's either going to be one or the other? One of the two. Oh, okay. Shattered Essence will not be in these chests. What? Well, that's disappointing, isn't it? That is disappointing. Oh, wow. As part of the regular AQ season 13, I don't know if there's as much point in me going into that all that much. I'm sure some people, especially when you're, as I said, Radiance is something that players are wanting to get a lot more. It's coming into the community a bit more because of AQ additions and Alliance Wars. So I'm sure you're going to see a lot of alliances, especially think about like now, you know, our alliance has thought about it. We are doing stuff that we're not normally doing, but we are getting the benefit of getting things when it comes to Radiance. You know, it's not a huge amount of Radiance for those that don't do much when it comes to Battlegrounds. Like, it's a good amount of Radiance. Like, at some point, I will be able to afford stuff. I'm going to do a video talking about affording stuff now that I've got that advantage of getting Radiance now and what that's going to mean for stuff. Is it a mastery point? Is it saving for magic? What is it? What's the plan? Hoarding Radiance, is that the way? We'll have to see. Boss updates can be found here. I'm not going to read all of them. You can go and check them out for yourself on the website, and it's stretched around different maps. Do we have anything changed for map? No, it's going to be down here, isn't it? Map 7, map 8. There we go. So there's a few things changed for map 8 for those that are interested. But apart from that, that's going to be it. I'm not sure if anybody is overly keen on the raids month. I'm looking forward to it, but some things I say that, I'm looking forward to it, and then by the end of it I go, oh, why do we have to do this? I mean, I'm still on the fence when it comes to Alliance Wars season, the new thing, and what I enjoyed about it, what I didn't. Do I want to see it return? I'm not sure. I got the hang of it towards the end of it, but I started off really crap, to be honest. And of course, this is a legitimate concern. Here, if we were going to be forced to do a raids month, can we please have the option of selecting the chest at the end instead of these tokens? I, like many others, I'm sure have these champs already. I understand this won't happen because Kabam will deem it too rewarding for us, but still, it sucks. Why does everything need to come with a kick in the groin? And I don't try to tell me that 1 7-star can get instead of equivalent to value, because it isn't. You're comparing hyper limit run champions. I don't know, that's just whatever that last part of that rant is. Yeah, I guess that would have been nice to do, but I think a lot of people are focusing on the positives and saying, I'm glad to be able to dupe my Sinister Cat Marvel movie and get either an Ultron or Sinister on my ult. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to the Sinister dupe. That's what I'm looking forward to. But each to their own. That's been it, and I think that's going to see us out for Wednesday. I'm still working on my Human Torch video. I want to do a little bit of comparison with 6-star versus 7-star. That'll be out tomorrow, I hope, and as well as another video about Radiance before we do the big Friday deals coverage going into the weekend. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video, supporting the channel as you do, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!